One of the reasons why am I anti-natalist? Trinidad's it was a coloring exercise, and I picked the one, and it was like bunnies or rabbits rather, and rabbits are known as a symbolism for fertility and or reproduction even, or just I took it as a form of a sexual prowess, you know, because the bunnies that had like under eyes, that tired under eyes. Oh, maybe I'm 45. Maybe maybe I'm just an anti-natalist. Maybe and in the middle there was like a big bunny, but he looked like upset or angry. Not so angry, but either he was just he didn't have a smile on his face. This or the other. I'm not an abusive person to females. As I mean, actually, I'm very gender compassionate, decent. This and the other. But it's about fertility, I believe, and also sexuality as a whole. I mean, it's it is you could say it's doing the nasty, and I know it's a disgusting talk, but what it really is, it's a sex. It's form. It's a form for reproduction. That's the main reason. Us human beings, we treat it as a pleasure principle. We take it to know there's people that are addicted to sex. You know, again, there's people that masturbate too much. We expose ourselves promiscuity. It's very dangerous. But sexual intercourse. I mean, it's the main function is for reproduction, survival of the species, survival of humanity. That's just that's textbook. The not the simplest, but the term to defy underneath the term to defy the whole purpose of it, and also why am I antinatalist? You know, as far as sexual intercourse, yeah, I mean that wouldn't be bad, but it's just there's so much more things that go in for sexual intercourse. People get hurt. People get their feelings hurt. People get their feelings hurt. It's like people cheat on each other. People abuse each other. Why would I want to sacrifice that? Also, like having sexual intercourse and actually having a child. The whole thing is there's people that are either careless, reckless, they didn't even want the kid. It takes a lot of their life for the financial, emotional stance. Maybe a child won't even like you. You have to really think about that. It's a child. It's not like you could just I don't know, rent a car or rent a U-Haul. Even then, you have to give you your driver's license. You know, it's very important because you might breed a monster. You might give birth to a monster. Even if you're not a sociopath, psychopath. It's your parents' genes and your partner's parents' genes. So you don't know how that child will come out. It's a very important thing. I think yeah, people should be screened, especially your parents. But I also think not anybody could just go in a store, adopt a dog or a cat because it could be abusive and malnourish them. I mean, the whole world. If you think about it, it's a very lacking system for intelligence and lacking a form of non-abuse. It really is. It's really set up for individuals' failure. Yeah, but what I was thinking, the whole not just there should be a test or things like that. I lost my train of thought. It was another part of antinatalism as a whole, as a whole. I mean, you talk about from the religious perspective. The Catholics, maybe all denominations of Christianity, they talked about reproducing, copulating because God wants you to populate the world. I mean, it's even from a logical perspective, it's disgusting. I mean, we already got like 8 billion people. Talk about food sustainability, which shouldn't be a problem. All these wars that we had. I mean, there's more tangible things to do with that just to breed. Now, people call those individuals breeders. That's a very nasty term to say that. But there's other things on your mind besides having sexual intercourse or like having reproducing even. There's got to be more. I'll get back to the other part. So I was notified. I mean, someone talked about the anti-natalist. I mean, the person described it as philosophy, which I get. It can be defined as philosophy, but it's also a lifestyle. It is a philosophy. So, but he was saying, 1% of the whole world's population, or under 1%, believe in that. So I get it. It's not a popular a philosophy or lifestyle to have, but you know what? If people think that, well, you're not normal, well, what is normal? Chaos, destruction, abuse, malnourishment of other sentient beings, kids, and how about dog abuse, feline abuse? That's the norm. Yeah, I mean, if that's the norm, I know I'm not. But at least I'm not in abusive abnormality. Because that, if that's the norm, then yeah, this is why, I mean, it's another reason why there's so much issues, wars, and torture in the world. This is why, we have laws, why people get, people get really hurt that even by police department, either healthcare system, or people get scammed, schemed, and robbed. That's the norm. That's normality. Well, I don't believe in that. So I'm in a small percentage, pull a small percentage of people that don't want to do that. And I don't care about your freaking, little terms. You can call me a weirdo or something like that. You know? I mean, those are the fucking, arguments of a sociopath. You argue for that. You're a sociopath. You violate laws. Who knows what else you do? Laws exist for a reason. And then you violate other people. And you think that's the norm. See, I'm not like that. But as far as antenatal, yeah, it's a small percentage that actually believe that or understand that. Understand or want that life for themselves. I mean, it's and people argue, oh, well, the popular, so it's like, why should we listen to you? Well, the reason why, I mean, it's just it's like it was a debate on Vaughn Live, and it was all of these people, atheists, I believe. Concordance was one name. The other guy was Gary Do Not God in Mendham. He's from New Jersey, from North Carolina, actually, best state in the union. All right, I'm kidding. No, but he's an antinatalist, and they weren't a lot. They weren't. They had a debate, except they were cutting him off, and it was like lasted for like 10 or 15 minutes. He didn't really get through to what he was saying with antinatalism, I believe. I gotta rewatch that, but they did cut him short, and then they hung up with him on the Skype on Vaughn Live. So they didn't even they didn't even get to the conversation of it. Also, what is popular? It's supposed to be like it's supposed to, is it intelligence or wise? It is really barbaric, just and savage, like to reproduce, and be reckless and careless about it, And maybe some of them are parents, and they're very they have good relation with their children, and they think that the whole world is like that. See, it's not about your personal experiences. It's the whole society as a whole. You can't be too selfish, or not just selfish, but looking just from your perspective. Maybe you have a good relationship with your son and daughter. Maybe it's not just about you. Maybe it's the whole world as a whole.